Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John. This is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. You only live once. And today the adventure really properly starts, because today we're actually going to be getting involved in some potentially dicey situations to begin with. So we start off here. We start off just down the road. Goodsprings is up there, and here we are at this T-junction. And though I could cut across this, I just want to visit this quick shack here. There's some good stuff in here. Or at least there's potentially some good stuff in here. But, ooh, interesting. The powder gangers here don't appear to be hostile. Maybe it's just because they haven't seen him yet. I don't know whether those powder gangers are hostile. I'll fully admit I'm not entirely clear on how the powder gangers work. I've noticed how even if you make friends with the powder gangers and you're neutral with them, occasionally the ones that are along that road attack you anyway, so that's interesting. So anyway, this place, there is a key here, which lets you get into this locked thing, which I wouldn't normally be able to get into. I'm pretty sure that's average locked. So, some free stuff. Nice. The question is, yeah, I'm genuinely curious. Are these powder gangers going to be hostile or not? Alright, are you guys cool with me? Okay, for some reason I always thought these guys were hostile. I always thought these guys were hostile for some reason. Now I'm kind of curious as to whether the other guys are also cool with me, because there's more powder gangers up here on the left. I'm kind of curious as to whether they're also cool with me now. Because that'll make my life much easier, because I'm obviously going to be heading up towards Primm now. And one of the things that concerns me, more than anything else, is powder gangers to the left of me, geckos to the right, to paraphrase a well-known song. And yeah, I'm kind of curious as to whether there is, if I could be closer to the powder gangers than I normally would be, that would make my life much easier. Are you guys cool with me? Okay. They seem to be cool. I'm going to stay away from this area, by the way, because there are mines in the ground all around this area. And even though I know they're there, like, on several occasions, I've known they're there, but I've been hit by them anyway. So I'm just going to not go into that area. Even though there's a bit of dynamite and loot and other stuff I could pick up, I'm not going to. Instead, I'm just going to stick on this side of the road and keep an eye out for geckos. I just want to reiterate, I'm not sure if I made this abundantly clear in the first part. I'm doing this as, you know, no, whoa. Okay, radiation. Yes, just as a reminder, I'm also saying radiation is not allowed to, I'm not allowed to get rid of that. So, okay, radiation. Let's just, oh wait, that's a barrel. Don't know where there's radiation and where there isn't. I think that's not a radioactive barrel. I think that's normal. There's some radiation down there, but I'm just going to go the long way round. Is everything okay? Yeah, okay, good. Yes. Radiation, I'm allowing to stack. I'm not healing that, so I need to be careful. Oh, is that geckos over there? Yeah, a couple of geckos, actually. Young gecko hunters as well. Oh. Oh wait, no, this is a scripted event. That guy is not coming for me, I don't think. He's going for a radroach. He's also not going for anyone, because I think he's got stuck on some scenery. Yeah, I think this is a scripted event where that gecko runs across the road and kills a radroach. Or maybe that's further down, I'm not sure. Either case, I'm hidden and he's not coming for me, so I'm not causing trouble. Because there's actually quite a few geckos up in these hills here, and I'm not causing trouble for them. Summing Red was up ahead, though. I just saw that. Gecko Hunter, young Gecko Hunter. Not entirely undangerous. Keep an eye on them. Is that one gone? That one's gone way over there. Okay, it's going back this way, yeah. This one might cause trouble. If I get into trouble, I will very likely just get out the plasma pistol. Where is he going? Yeah, they don't want trouble. They don't want trouble. They're fine. They're fine. Okay, we're good. I'm pretty sure we're good now. We're close enough to the NCR. The NCR, I'm pretty sure, will open fire on geckos if they come across them. Okay, yeah. I just ran down the largely empty road between Goodsprings and Primm, and I was nervous. So that's going to be good. Wait, who are you?
Hey there.
What?
Hey there.
You're not normally here. Alright, prospect, but you won't talk to me. I don't know why you're there. I don't remember ever running into a prospect there before. That's interesting. Alright, fine. Well, I'm leaving him be. I'll leave him be. Ah, NCR runs up to give me a warning about Primm.
Where the hell do you think you're going?
Prim is off limits.
This line always confused me, because the first time I played this game, like when he told me Prim was off limits, I assumed that meant that they actually like imposed like a quarantine on Prim or something, and if I went into Prim, that would actually make me an enemy of the NCR. Like they were basically saying, I'm not allowed to go into Prim, rather than the fact Prim is dangerous, you shouldn't go into it. Because they don't mind you going into Prim at all. You can run into Prim, run out of Prim as much as you want. They don't care. In fact, they seem actually quite grateful if you solve the situation for them. But yeah, I just always read that line as the NCR didn't want me to go into Prim, which first couple of times I played this game really confused me. So for now, we're just staying in the on the safe side of Prim, and there is a safe here, which is always useful. Not much but some drugs and a bit of money, but you know, better than nothing. I'm prioritising visiting these tents, like, as early as I can, for a very good reason, and that's this tent here. This tent is empty, and I'm pretty sure it always is. Maybe some people sleep in here, but I'm not sure if I've ever come here at night. I can't say that for certain. What you do find is, one, 10mm pistol, probably the best pistol you've got right now, and more importantly, you actually have some really good armour. Well, not really good armour, it's not that great at all, but it's better than any of the armour you've got so far. So, you know, definitely worth having all of this. So here we are in our new Trooper armour. This has significantly improved our damage threshold. So yes, that brings my damage threshold now up to 12, which is good, because a lot of the early guns in the game do between 7 and 10 damage. That basically means now even if I get hit, I should pretty much negate the damage. You can't 100% negate damage. No shot will ever do 0. It used to. In Fallout 1 and 2, you could be told that something did literally 0 damage. In Fallout New Vegas, that's not the case. A shot will always do at least 1 damage. And there's a couple of other modifiers as well, but we'll get into those later. But yes, this is now much better. We're dressed as a member of the NCR, which is something worth keeping in mind, but there we are. But I do especially like, if you wear the goggles helmet while wearing glasses, you wear your glasses under your goggles, which is to my mind makes you look like a massive nerd, which is magnificent. So I now feel a lot more comfortable in this armour, which is good. The only downside of this armour, because this is medium, it does impact your ability to sneak a little bit, so I'm not quite as good at sneaking as I was. But I feel like, you know, I'm still pretty good, which is fine. I mean, I've got fairly high sneak, so I'm not too worried. Steal more ammo? Missiles, wow. And now, play it safe and walk down the stairs. Normally, of course, I just drop down that gap, but I'm not flipping risking it. I'm not confident to know exactly how full damage works to do that. But anyway, yes, let's just stand behind this guy and then steal his stuff. NCR's finest, ladies and gentlemen. He's actually facing this way. We'll just kind of reach past him and get that box. Oh, and the final one. Yeah, more missiles. I'm not sure why they've got missiles. No one has a missile launcher now. This bit worries me. Because those there are mines. Which means I could get them. I'd quite like to get them, but when you're in a world where you can't just heal up something that's just exploded you take a different view on things than you would do normally. Now, I really want those mines, but I'm worried by them. I'm going to run in. I'm going to try and disarm the mine. If I can't do it immediately, I'm backing out. If I back away about halfway through the destination sequence, that should be long enough for me to escape again. So let's do this. Whew. Okay. Disarming mines is now terrifying me, which is good. You know what? No. I've not got the rush. I've got to commit to this. I've got to commit to this, because if I back away, I might still take damage. If I just run in and grab them, I should get it. I should get it. Hopefully. Ish. A bit. Okay. Okay, yes. Oh! Blimey hell. This is stressful. This is too stressful for laying down a couple of mines. But... ooh! Whoa, I thought I got my angle a bit shallow there. Okay. Alright, good. Mines dealt with. Mines have been dealt with. Now, just powder gangers. Now, I've recently grown to expect that they're only going to be at the top. I swear, when I started playing this game, at one point, maybe they patched this for some baffling reason. There used to be powder gangers that hung around that little kind of flaming barrel over there, and now they don't seem to be there anymore. The game seems to have just taken them out for some reason. I can't for the life of me know why they'd have done such a thing, but I swear it's happened. I swear that's what's been done. Anyway, let's deal with these guys. The first real enemies with guns that we're going to have to deal with in the whole game. Which is kind of scary in its own way. Because, yeah, there are going to be enemies here. And we should be able to... Probably the safest thing to do is sneak upstairs. Sneak upstairs in the house next door. And then snipe down at them. Nice and slow, nice and slow. We just go in this house. And up the stairs. There we are, still hidden. Still hidden. Good, good, good. Nice. Nice. No sniper rifle or anything up here. I've still just got my varmint rifle. It's in bad shape as well. Which is not good. Not good at all. That's okay. We're alright. We are alright. Alright, let's just line up the shot. Oh, that's good. That's a good angle. Okay. Down number one goes. The thing is, does that freak out his friend? Where's his friend? Where's that red compass marker? He knows something's going on, but I think he might be holding a cleaver there. And he might be deciding he's going to use a bit of a melee weapon. Okay, that's fine. That's good for him. I'd like to think this guy's just got a really bad short-term memory. He's just wandering around thinking, wait, what was I doing? Oh, I'll go back to my patrol. Oh, yeah, Steve! Steve's corpse! Oh shit, I better go find the person who murdered Steve. You know what? I think we're just going to have to take a couple of shots at him, pot shots at him from the window. Oh, there we are. Critical strike. Alright, shoot him twice in the leg and then hide here. Okay. Has he got a gun? He totally has a gun. Come on. Run up the damn stairs, you coward. Where's he going? Oh, there you go. There he goes. Oh. Okay. Good. There's two of them. That's two of them. That guy had dynamite. Whew. Also, a not bad quality varmint rifle. Excellent. I'm pretty sure those two guys are the only two guys down here. However, there are more people around on the roller coaster. But before I deal with them, something I normally forget about actually, there's a house back here. There's totally a house back here that's worth exploring. Here we go. Couple of houses back here. One, mailboxes. So, ooh, fixing things and Sunset Sarsaparilla. Excellent, good for selling. And a Sunset Sarsaparilla star bottle cap up here on the top of the shelf, which is always good. I'm pretty sure these are just officially the houses of the NPCs that I'm looting right now. But as you know, they're not here right now. Why not? If anyone sees me or asks questions, I'm totally just a member of the NCR. Oh, there's a harmonica here, though. Oh, no. Oh, no. Harmonica. It's a brothel. It's a brothel. Run. Yep. Chessboard. It's a brothel. So here we are in Primm proper. And I'm not really here to do Primm just yet. I don't want to do that just yet. What I do, however, want to do, most definitely, is, well, actually, one, let's loot this guy's corpse. And secondly, there should be, or normally, or very often is, a sniper on top of the roller coaster. And he will fire some pot shots at you when you go the most logical route that would take you to the prison. I want him dead before I do that, therefore. Where is he? What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to see if I can snipe him on the way out on the outside. But first, I want to sell some stuff at the Vicky Invest. And I always forget, it glows. It's got a lovely little kind of glowing sign. It's nice. I like it.
I don't know what it was brought you to Primm, youngster.
Mainly looting, if I'm completely honest. So two weapons that I don't know if Johnson Nash will always have these 100% of the time, but I do witness he has them quite a lot. Bladed Gauntlet, which is, I don't know whether I'm going to need to do sneak attacks on anyone I'm standing next to, but just in case, it's worth having. And Cowboy Repeater, obviously, for the early game, a very powerful gun. Keeps being pretty good into the mid-game, so worth having now. So I'm totally having those. So, on the way out of the town, obviously loot the sheriff's office. Not sure if you've been able to hear that there, but as you enter the sheriff's office, you do hear the explosion of the sheriff dying, because the game, for some reason, can't deal with exploded bodies just already being here. It mysteriously decides the bodies are whole when you try and enter the room, and then explode as you enter it, and you sometimes can just hear the explosion, which is, to my mind, is quite funny. Anyway. Sheriff's hat, Sheriff's duster. Sheriff's duster worth having, +1 charisma. On the off chance you're ever just shy of a speech check, it's worth having therefore. And also loads of .308 ammo around here, which is great. Because loads of good guns, like the sniper rifle for example, use .308. It's quite rare ammo and it's quite useful. Some very powerful guns use it, so well worth having. I've decided to change back into leather armor for the time being because now I don't actually believe I'm at risk of immediately being shot at. I'd rather be in the light armor, thus increase my sneak chance, than be in the medium armor. Because if I come under fire, I can go into the medium armor. Okay, so I've skipped to morning in order that I've got a little bit better visibility. I'm very happy that I've picked up that cowboy repeater from Prim. That will, I'm certain, be extremely useful as time goes by. And just drop down and drop down. Yep, those are safe drops. Good. Oh, you see, I'm relaxing a little bit now. I'm starting to actually take some relatively safe drops, which is good news. But yeah, cowboy repeater will make my life much safer than it would be otherwise. So obviously I want to go to the NCRCF, and I think the safest way to do that is by hugging the wall here off the side of Prim. What worries me is I very often get shot at by someone. I don't know. I always assumed it was a guy who was up there. That's who I always thought it was. There's a guy up there. But I've looked as close as I can. I can't find anyone. So I'm going to move in very closely in case he just hasn't spawned in yet, or the game's pulling some sort of joke on me because it's going to spawn a guy in. Can't see any red on the map yet. Can hear a slightly terrifying noise. That is a convict who's... What the heck is... It kind of looks like a terrifying owl creature. I'll put it out of its misery. Why won't it die? Okay, leave it, whatever it is, it's bloody... What is it? I don't know, it's terrifying. I swear I normally get shot at. Just a couple of pot shots. Not accurate ones, nothing to worry about. Well, nothing to worry about normally, but I swear it normally happens around here. Maybe it was that guy. I don't know what happened to that guy. I'm pretty sure if we head over this ridge, we should be okay. There's going to be the Powder Ganger, the kind of the southern camp is going to be around here. But they are friendly for the time being. They are not a problem. So we can deal with that nice and easily. This is the reason why I wanted to come to the prison first, because actually the prison can be dealt with without any bloodshed at all, without too much difficulty at all. There's also lots of good free stuff here, so that's some dynamite, and most importantly of all, Dino Toy. Weighs nothing, so why the hell not? We can now run straight past the prison. Everyone is fine with me, I think. Yes, okay, good. From in there, I don't know if you saw that on the screen, there was just a little thing that just kind of flashed past my screen, just a little speck of yellow, and I thought for a minute someone had shot at me and I was panicking. But no, it's not. It is literally, that was just literally just a bit of grass and it would have got in the field of view. Now, sadly, I'm going to have to bribe my way in because I haven't actually done anything for the Powder Gangers yet, so I'm going to have to talk my way past these guys.
Hey there, girly. You here to party with the Powder Gangers?
I've always felt that this is like the epitome of a situation you ought to have a lady killer option, because he's literally just like, you know, said, hey, you want to come in and party? It's like you should be able to have a lady killer option saying, yeah, why don't you just let me in and we can have a party together. It's like, I'm not going to do that voice again actually ever. In fact, yes, what is this place? Let me in. Okay, so I'm allowed to go in now, having paid him the money. Bear in mind, this is part of the reason I have to be back in the leather armour. I think, because these guys are Powder Gangers, if I was dressed in NCR, these guys would open fire on me automatically. I'm not 100% certain on that actually. I seem to recall actually I've accidentally walked in here as NCR before and they've been cool with me. But I do know for a fact that if you are dressed as a Powder Ganger... Come on, no, look. Walk away. Okay, you'll just stand here then. Yeah, now this is... Oh, damn it. Oh, yes, no, yes. Okay, good. Yeah, if you walk into Prim dressed as a Powder Ganger, they definitely open fire on you. I've witnessed that before. I should say, by the way, I don't remember if I actually mentioned this last part. I was planning to play this on hard difficulty. Obviously, as I said right at the beginning, hardcore mode is not on because hardcore mode means you have to eat and drink, and I can't eat and drink because that would give me some form of healing, so that would be cheating, so hardcore mode is not on. And I'm on the Xbox 360 with the Ultimate Edition as usual. Just looting the cell box quickly because there is conveniently a mine box. So if you feel a bit too nervous to disarm the mines that are on the way into Prim, you just want to blow those up. Mines here, which is good. And a level up too. Yeah, I'm going to get Lockpick moving upwards relatively quickly because Lockpick, to my mind, is one of the most important skills for finding alternate routes around things. So that's completely worth doing sooner rather than later. Science has already passed easy level computers. That's good. So I'm going to reduce that slightly so I can get speech up to 35, because I think I have a couple of 35 speech checks coming up in the not too distant future. So just in case, I'm going to get speech up to 35 now. Other than that, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that for level 3. And, oh, yes, of course. I'd completely forgotten. I don't get a perk now. Flipping Fallout New Vegas. Only a perk every 2 levels. Oh, darn, I've forgotten everything. Yeah, by the way, I apologise. There's probably going to be a little bit of... you might end up banging your head against the desk a couple of times, because I've been playing Fallout 3 so much as part of the Kill Everything run. I've forgotten half of how flipping New Vegas works. So I've just sold some stuff with this guy, but as he's decided to walk over here very conveniently, take advantage of this moment to pick this door and pick up the Powder Ganger charge schematic. There you are, powder charge. And also don't forget he stores his money in an ammo box, which I think is deliberately very well hidden, which is great. I think it's a lovely touch. It's a lovely little touch that he doesn't keep his, you know, his money in an obvious money box. He puts it in a box you wouldn't normally expect it. But yes, very nice indeed. Right, initial looting done. Just head to the main building in that case. And come upstairs and have a chat with Eddie. Hello, Eddie. You got a quest for me by any chance?
So you going to give me a reason not to kill you and throw your body back outside?
I'm extremely good at following instructions. So yes, of course, we are doing I Fought the Law. And fortunately, all of this can be completed fairly simply without there being a firefight mostly. So this is obviously the encampment we passed on the way in. If you want to just kill him, just stand on top of that hill there. You just get a good snipe with the varmint rifle. It's it's easy enough to kill him. He's not that tough at all. But let's talk to him anyway, shall we? And Eddie sent me to deal with you.
That's nothing new. Am I supposed to be impressed?
Speech of 30 will talk him down.
Alright. Pickings were getting slim around here anyway.
And honestly, like, you can't really... The quality of the staff was not spectacular. I'm going to be honest. The guys... Oh, no, we made it. Oh, well, bloody done. Honestly, if you're desperately starved for cash, it can be worth it to... It could arguably just be worth it to kill him. Because I'm pretty sure at least a couple of his guys, who you'd also be able to snipe off just as easily, they will have dynamite on them. And dynamite is just a really good money source in the early game. Like, so many powder gangers you can kill, and so many of them have dynamite on them. Ooh, interesting. Wonder if this is supposed to be a bit of lore. Was that supposed to be like a prisoner who was trying to escape and was shot by the NCR, or a member of the NCR who was shot by the powder gangers as he finally fled the prison? Who knows? Who knows? Corpses everywhere. Welcome to Fallout. So report back to Eddie, tell him about Chavez, and he will get you the new mission. There is a merchant hanging around outside the skydive place we've already been to. And merchant in question can be talked down nice and easily.
Be careful around these parts.
Because, yeah, just intelligence of 6 is enough to shut him down. But I'm pretty sure, unless you're actively trying to give yourself a difficult time, no one would ever play this game with intelligence of below 6. Speech of 30, however, obviously gets you more experience, so let's do it that way.
I was a little too obvious.
So he'd heard there were powder gangers around here. He's a bounty hunter, wants to claim a bounty on powder gangers. Powder gangers wants to claim a bounty. Never mind, you know what, never mind. Back to Eddie telling me got rid of him, and the final part of the mission emerges. He wants to know why the NCR haven't attacked the prison.
Good.
And this one's nice and easy too. Just return to the Vicky and Vance. And just catch up with Johnson Nash.
Hey, youngster.
And ask him if he knows anything about the NCR planning to attack the prison.
I might know something, but my memory ain't what it used to be. Sometimes it needs motivating.
I love the kind of the creepy, terrifying Easter woman, because when you're speaking to someone in New Vegas, they keep animating, but the rest of the world freezes for a moment. So yes, there's the woman there is just staring into my very soul. Blimey. So yes, you can bribe him, or if you've got barter of 30 or speech of 30, you can get him to cooperate. I kind of wish barter showed up more in the game, because there's very few barter checks in the whole of Fallout New Vegas, meaning there's very little reason to really bother raising it. But anyway, let's just speak to him so we can make the crazy starey woman move again.
According to him, the NCR has decided enough's enough and is going to send in a mess of troops to take back the prison any day now.
Okay, good. She's blinking again now. Excellent news. Excellent news. So, first choice in the game, we've been given the option of either going and warning Eddie about the NCR attack, or betraying Eddie to Lieutenant Hayes and joining in the attack. So obviously what I've decided to do is I want to make as few enemies as possible. I want to be friends with everyone as far as I can. So what I'm going to do therefore is I'm going to go and tell Eddie, because there'll be plenty of chances for me to make friends with the NCR, but if I betray Eddie and help with the storming of the prison now, the powder gangers will be pretty much against me for, well, forever. So, and I don't want to risk that because there's a chance I might run into a couple of powder gangers for the rest of the adventure, and I don't want them firing at me at all. So let's stay friends with the powder gangers, let's go warn Eddie. So here we are, let's tell Eddie about the incoming attack. The NCR are planning a raid on this place soon.
Sounds like they're already here. There's no way I'm letting them take me alive. There's no reason for you to stick around and help us, but feel free to kill a few of the bastards on your way out.
I love how he just says that so casually, like, yeah, just feel free to kill a couple of the professional soldiers on the way out. The ones with much better armour than you, that's fine. And there we are. Quest is now officially complete. Now, because I've done that, I believe the NCR would attack me. So what I'm going to do instead is now dress up like a member of the NCR. And immediately bolt to the left. Because now I can just join up with the NCR forces. Because I don't want to join in the fighting because I don't want any negative reputation with the powder gangers. But that doesn't mean I don't want their stuff. However, I do definitely want to stay away from them because there are explosions happening. So I don't want to stand too close to anyone. And now we've got all the NCR. There's a lot of NCR here. They are outnumbered by the powder gangers, but obviously the thing about powder gangers is they have worse armor. The NCR here have much better armor than the powder gangers do. Oh, there you go. He's dead. And that means the NCR will now pour into this building and storm the main facility. So here we are in the prison. I'm just going to hang back. Yeah, I feel like they've got this. Basically, I'm just going to follow around and loot the corpses. The NCR should easily win this, given the number of troops they've got. This should not be a difficult fight for them at all. They might take a few losses, but generally, like, they really shouldn't. They should just knacker everyone. Especially as the powder gangers are kind of... They're conveniently just kind of pouring into this narrow chokeway in the door. They're all going to be slaughtered as they come through the door. Apologies for anyone who suffers from epilepsy, by the way. Yeah, they've just been utterly annihilated. One NCR troop down, that's it. Ah, there's Eddie, together with the key, the very important key. And a plasma pistol, which is very valuable. Is everyone dead? Oh yeah, this time it wasn't even close. They were just annihilated, weren't they? A couple of guys were a bit injured, but generally everyone looks in good shape. And thanks to the key that you can get off Eddie's corpse, you can open this door. No one minds, do they? No, good. I thought no one minded. Even though the door's marked red, no one seems to mind you going in it. Which is fine. And then you can get all of this lovely stuff. Lots of ammo. Lots of explosives, including more mines. Did they just put the dynamite and the frag mines in the same crate as the cigarettes? Bloody genius. And the other thing you're going to want to do is just head round to the front door and pick off Dawes, who has a, yeah, he's got the Magnum revolver on him, which is probably the first that you'll ever actually find. So that is worth having off him. Just because, yeah, it's actually not a bad gun at all. Oh, perfect. I have just skipped back to Goodsprings, and the most beautiful thing has happened, which is a varmint rifle night scope has shown up in the store. Because, in case you don't know, shops in New Vegas, their inventory in terms of the special modifications that they have changes. I believe it is every 2 or 3 in-game days or thereabout. So I happen to have stumbled across a varmint rifle night scope, which is not just night vision, it's also a scope full stop for the varmint rifle. So that is magnificent news. And now our varmint rifle has been upgraded with a scope, which is, oh, just the thing. Just the thing I needed. So obviously it's a night vision scope at night, but during the day it is just a normal scope. But that is extremely useful. That is just the sort of thing we need for the early game. Varmint rifle's not spectacular, obviously, but for the early game they do very nicely indeed. So this is perfect. So we're back in Goodsprings. Obviously now that we've helped out the powder gangers there, unfortunately, I think I need to help Goodsprings. Goodsprings has been good to me. I like Goodsprings, so we're gonna. I can't bring myself when I'm doing kind of a not exactly a Paragon-y playthrough, but you know, a normal playthrough to turn on Goodsprings. I just can't bring myself to do it. So therefore, what we're going to do instead is we're going to take Goodsprings' side. And fortunately, there is a lot we can do to rig the deck, other than just passing the various speech checks, barter with Chet and sneak or speech with Trudy. And that is all those lovely mines that we picked up. We know roughly where the powder gangers are going to go, because they typically follow the same sort of route each time. So I'm going to lay a mine here. I'm going to lay a couple of mines up on the road here. And I think they should walk into several of these.
So what's going on? Did Sonny agree to help us?
Yeah, several days ago, in fact. Sorry about that, I had other things to take care of. Sonny is indeed with us.
I guess that means we're
And it is indeed time for us to do this.
Time to look alive. The powder gangers are here to play.
And everyone runs down. Down out the way. But we should be alright. We should be okay. We should be fine. I'm going to stay well back from everyone else. And let's just aim in with the sniper rifle. I know I'm looking at them. Oh, yeah, someone's exploded. Good. Yep, someone else has exploded too. Yep. Boom. And there they go. They've all gone down.
I owe you a huge favor for this. Here, these are technically Crimson Caravan funds, but I know they'll understand once I explain things.
And level 4 as well. Magnificent. Right, let's get lockpick moving up again. As I say, getting lockpick up towards 50, that's a fairly early priority as far as I'm concerned. Guns can keep moving up as well. Guns are good. Actually, I might just lower that by 1 and get sneak or speech. Yeah, I'll get sneak up a little bit actually. Yeah, okay, yeah, I feel that yeah, I'm happy with that level. Obviously level 4, always take educated, never don't take educated. Why would you ever not take educated? And a stealth boy off Joe Cobb, that's the most important thing. All these guys have pretty lootable corpses, but yeah, I'd say this is that's the single most important one. Okay, important decisions start to come in. Which is my hat of choice for this playthrough? Because I quite like the sheriff's hat, but I do have a fondness for the Desperado cowboy hat too. No, it's just a bit too big. I prefer sheriff's. Yeah, I'm in sheriff's hat kind of mood this playthrough, I think. And I'm pretty sure all 3 of the mines I laid did explode. I hope so, otherwise I've just left a mine in Goodsprings. So I'm hoping that's not the case. Hoping that's not the case. And to finish off this part, let's just deal with they went that away, shall we?
Hey, youngster. Still hanging about Prim, huh?
Indeed, but this time I'm a courier with the Mojave Express and I'd like you to advance the plot a little bit. So, it's time to rescue Deputy Beagle and... Blimey. I'm tempted just to skip this whole thing, but I don't want to skip things, I do want to complete this. This is not that tough to complete. The problem is the very entrance hall of the Bison Steve, which is, there is no guarantee whether or not you will actually run into someone will be standing at the desk when you arrive. It may or may not happen. It could occur that you'll walk in and someone will pretty much see you immediately. It could happen that they will not. Very difficult to say. But then, ooh, I just had an idea. At night, they go to, well, some of them go to sleep in the big hall at the end, the big dining room thing. That's where they go to sleep, meaning they might not be elsewhere. Meaning there's half a chance, this area is less defended than it would be otherwise. Okay. Oh shit, there's someone here, but they haven't seen me yet. No, they have not seen me. Alright, sneak in. Okay. We're alright. We're okay. Just need to figure out where they all are. Okay, some people are still awake. Okay, let's do it this way. Multiple mines. Back into the shadows. Okay, dead. Right, first shot. First shot dead. That should get the other guy's attention, and he should walk straight into that pile of mines. That's right. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Now, how many more of them are there? There may have been overkill 3. I'm not sure. I think that was overkill. I know there's plenty more, but I don't know how many of them are around during the night. Because mostly, they're not around during the night. Mostly they are asleep at the end of the hall. These are just the 2 guys who are on guard duty. Okay, we've just stumbled across the first Med-X that I've come across in this game, by the way. And that seems like a good enough chance as any to go into a little bit more about how exactly this game works. So, damage resistance, which existed in Fallout 3, still does exist in Fallout New Vegas. It's just that, with a few tiny exceptions that I'll cover when we get to them, clothing doesn't give you any advantage anymore. Ooh, hello. Lovely. Dead. Does anyone mind him? I don't think so. Yes, damage resistance, which was the main thing in Fallout 3, still exists in this game, but is no longer in any way impacted by armour, with a couple of minor exceptions. So instead, your armour gives you a damage threshold. You get your damage resistance, however, more as a bit of a bonus, if you like. So how it works now is basically your damage resistance. When the game's figuring out how much damage you're going to take from any shot, it looks at your damage resistance first, which for most people, most of the time, is going to be effectively no change, so it will ignore it. And then the game will go on to look at your damage threshold as the kind of the secondary thing that it's looking at. Ooh, here we go. Okay, we've got an enemy here. Here he is. Okay. Okay, now let's just open this door and then close it again. Wait for him to go past. The game will basically look at your damage resistance, figure out whether or not it should make any deductions for that, and it looks at that first, then it looks at your damage threshold, i.e. it takes how much damage is left and then it deducts your damage threshold off that. So if your damage threshold is effectively 50 and they're throwing a bullet that only does 10 at you, you'll effectively take very, very low damage, albeit there's a couple of other complexities. But that's basically how it works. Damage resistance, the only way you can give yourself damage resistance in this game, pretty much, is through drugs. It's pretty much through Med-X. That's pretty much it. Okay, he's now going. Yep, okay, here we go. Here we go. Round the corner, one shot in the back. And slowly. Wait for the shot. Down he goes. Oh, was anyone else? Someone else was aware of that. Okay, how panicked are you going to be? Are you that panicked or are you alright? If you've got, say, someone's firing a bullet that would do 20 damage at you. If you've got a damage resistance of 25, then that means it's lowered by 25%, i.e. it's lowered down to 15. After that's calculated, it then adds your damage threshold on. So if you've got armour that has, say, damage threshold of 20, it will say 15 minus 20. Obviously that's minus 5, which sounds like it ought to be. Let me just drag this corpse out of the way quickly. And then I can close this door, just so till I'm satisfied. Lovely. So that would give you minus 5, but obviously you can't have a number greater than 0. And you can't have 0 either. The lowest possible number is 1, but even then that doesn't actually happen, because the game says damage threshold can't reduce a shot to less than 20% than its full strength would have been. So in other words, if a shot would have done 20 and it hits you, after damage resistance is applied, you then can't take off more than 80% of that damage. And well done, welcome to maths. Welcome to maths. Now, ooh, that door is open. I don't like the fact that door's open. And only those people awake. Interrupt maths to bring you tension. Oh, no, that's someone who's that was someone who was definitely... He's walking away. If he's walking away... That means I might be able to get these doors closed in a hurry. Closed door. Ooh, okay. Does he mind the fact that door's just been closed? Okay, we're good. We are good. Alright. First, obviously, priorities. Loot. Oh, shit. Multiple people are moving. Oh, shit. It's 5 to 7. It's wake up time. Right. Time to get Beagle and get out now.
I don't suppose you came here to rescue me.
Well, kind of.
I'd cross my fingers, but my hand...
No, we should probably speed this along, Beagle. I mean, no, run away. Actually, yeah, let's get him to run away. Let's get him to run away, and then he will go out this direction. This back sneaky way. We close the door. Oh, I think we're in pretty good shape now. We should now be in pretty good shape. Put the gun away. I don't think anyone is out this front way. The guy has the ability to phase through doors. That's very impressive. And then we are in good shape. We just need to run for it now. Yeah? Oh. Whew. Okay. Okay. Good. That's... Okay. You know how I said this was going to be kind of tense? Yeah, there's the tense. There's the tense. And Deputy Beagle is free. Alright, first things first, let's get the information from him.
They said they'd be heading through Nipton to Novak to meet a contact there.
So obviously, we knew that already, but it's a good thing to know. And then finally, let's just begin My Kind of Town formally. And then agree to bring law and order back to Primm. So there we are, dawn over Primm, and things are looking a lot better for this place at least. We've got Deputy Beagle out of trouble, and we managed to do it. Just by infiltrating this place. So we broke into the Bison Steve, we killed 4 people, and then we broke out Deputy Beagle without anyone else even knowing we were there, which is not the usual way I'd have done it, but that is, yeah, that's pretty tense. Alright, good. And amazingly, yes, we've made it this far without actually being shot yet. We've managed to liberate Goodsprings from the tyranny of the Powder Gangers. We've managed to break Deputy Beagle out of the Bison Steve, and we have finished off the NCRCF. So I think that's plenty enough for the first kind of main part of the adventure. So after part 1 was kind of the setup, this is our kind of first major part, and yeah, okay, good. I'm pleased with how this is going. But next time it's time to head out into the waste, and things just get tougher and tougher from here, quite frankly, because yeah, the enemies start getting nasty, and we can only kind of keep our lucky streak up for so long. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Fallout New Vegas, You Only Live Once. Thank you very much, and goodbye. And once he's nice and high, Caden, if you'd be so kind, and off he goes into space. Oh, you exploded. That's a shame. Yeah, you're going straight in. I don't... Oh, yeah! Oh, that was a good one. Salute. Thank you.